You want like a big wedding?
Yeah, of course.
He wants content.
Content is the.
I feel like
His wedding's going to be a month long.
No phones allowed.
Oh,
What the fuck?
People will be following you with cameras.
God.
God.
Inside the
So you have
dressing room
dance
also. What the fuck?
So you have dance practice there with
I don't
guys,
think you should get
it's
married.
all right.
But
Yeah,
but
basically
I
your
feel
vlog, but on steroids.
Hi guys, welcome back to the podcast. We don't have much time today. This is going to be like a 30-minute episode because everybody is in a hurry. Nobody wants to be here.
And somebody's late.
Somebody is late.
Somebody is very late. He took half an hour from my entire time.
and I wasn't
so-
even supposed to be here.
So yeah, this is going to be a quick one. We are all really busy because we are leaving for Delhi tomorrow. There are a spate of weddings coming through in the months of November and December. My cousin's getting married. Shamli's cousin's getting married. Shamli's going to be there for my cousin's wedding and her cousin's wedding. But we are all going to be there for her cousin's wedding.
That's just unnecessary information. Nobody cares.
Fahim wasn't invited.
Fahim wasn't invited for any of the weddings.
Even the podcast, he wasn't invited.
Yeah, he pretended like he has a leg injury because
No, but that
Yeah.
leg of his is swollen like a tomato.
Yeah, his leg has
But
another
you
leg on
don't
it.
need you don't need a leg to talk
Yeah.
on a podcast.
No, but it's hard for you to commute and then move around.
he has a Uber.
So, he has an Uber.
He can get in an Uber.
2
and
years to
come.
He
get to
owns
an Uber,
Uber.
no?
Yeah, he just
He's a
gives
doctor. I
excuses.
feel like he's faking it.
Yeah, he's faking it.
Of all the like, if it
He
happened to
can
one of
fake
us,
his prescription.
yeah, I feel like if it was one of us, it's fair. But he's a doctor; he can heal himself.
Yeah. Okay. So, what are you guys most excited about the weddings?
I hate weddings.
Why?
I think unless you're the person getting married, there's more stress on a guest rather than the person getting
That's
married.
impossible.
That's
No, no,
That's
no.
hot take.
so false.
I genuinely feel that.
This
So-
reel
that
is
is
going
false
viral.
on so many
Agree
levels.
and disagree.
How do you know you are not getting married? You have no idea what
You
the
haven't
pressures
got
are.
married either,
I
no?
have been
You
in
haven't
that
got-
position.
have you got
I'm
married?
No, I don't like it like you said, but
Yeah,
if I have to
it's
travel.
Stressful. Not
Travel.
just travel.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
depends
You know
on
what,
the... It depends also... I'm talking about an engagement that happened in the
Yeah.
earlier...
Let's talk about
months
their
of this-
engagement where we
this
had to
year.
put a talent show.
Yeah.
Which
It's
was-
just unnecessary amounts of pressure on you to be like
Oh,
present
no.
all the time.
But I feel like that's on the people who are getting married.
Yeah, of
This-
course.
This specific incident.
No, it's so you will, as a guest, you will only have the amount of pressure the
Yeah.
person getting married
Yeah.
puts
So,
on you.
so for context, because nobody's going to understand this. For context, we had an engagement earlier this year where the bride and the groom were really into their
No,
engagement.
the groom not so much.
Yeah, okay, the
Groom
bride
was not even here.
The bride was really into the engagement. So as she,
She
was
was
so
not a
into
bride,
the
she was a bridezilla.
yeah, as she was so into the engagement, we also had to be equally into the engagement.
We had
It
to be
really,
engaged.
it felt like military camp. That you wake up at this time, you report at this
3
time,
to
you
6
practice
dance
for
practice.
this time.
But I feel like
And
it's
then-
still
I feel that should be on the family. That shouldn't be on the friends.
no. I feel like it's still more pressure on the people getting married because Appu and Dimana are getting married, and I can see
But
the
they're
soul.
very chill.
They're very
that
chill,
way.
but I can see the soul being sucked out of them.
Like,
I mean,
slowly
yeah, 'cause
passing day.
they're
Yeah.
also very like usually when the bride and groom like it's I think the booking the place and everything is taken
Yeah.
care of the
Yeah, they've not
older
delegated
people.
that work.
I feel like they
So-
have
Yeah, they've done
themselves
that
like
themselves.
They're
Like
doing
taking the
everything themselves.
responsibility.
They don't have an events team or anything, so naturally they're going to be stressed out.
So yeah, they
But
are like,
they're at least not stressing other people out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but because their main focus is that everybody that comes should enjoy, including themselves.
Exactly.
I feel like that's
but
a
no,
good thing.
But now that's the issue, right? When you yourself are doing all the work, to be able to enjoy also becomes
is
really
difficult.
hard.
But I feel like it's also like
That's when you brothers should step up. Take some load off the
I
bride,
feel
guys.
like also. I mean,
we'll get married.
I think
pay for the
I
honeymoon.
think what cut this episode. But I think it's also I don't know how much it is for guys because I also am not
Guys
got
are
married.
useless.
No, but for women, I
No,
think
no, guys are useless
I
when it
think-
comes to
I think
weddings.
for women, weddings are like one of the pinnacles of their.
I don't,
Yes.
don't,
I
no,
don't
I don't,
relate
I
to this.
genuinely don't.
For a lot of
think
people,
so.
maybe not for you, but you're not speaking for everyone. That I know a lot of people
For
whom
their wedding is the most
The-
one
yeah,
of the
they're-
most
yeah,
because they've
maybe.
been looking forward to it from
all their life. They
but
mean
What I have an issue with is they're looking forward to that party, not the marriage. That is my
yeah,
issue.
they are looking for the wedding.
I
not
and
the
feel
they're
like-
marriage.
looking forward
Yes, you're
to
right.
the independence.
I feel
that
like
comes
this
with the
connects to
marriage.
the person who we were talking about.
Maybe.
I was generalizing.
So, for example, like I feel like they have so much pressure that it's like your birthday. You know, some
That's
people
so fucked up.
some
yeah.
people are really some people want their birthday to be really special, but they have put so much pressure on themselves and people around them to make sure that the birthday is special. So I feel like the wedding is also like that. because not only are they looking at everything and making sure that everybody is having fun, they also want to themselves have fun because in their head this is supposed to be the best day of their lives. Because
It's not. I'll tell you. I don't think it's supposed to be the best day of their life. It's supposed to be a very important day in their
no,
life. So
I'm
very.
talking about general. Like I've seen women for whom it is like the pinnacle of
Like
life.
it has to be perfect. That
Yeah.
this day has to be perfect.
I mean,
You're
see,
talking about other people, like maybe normal people.
no,
I guess.
I'm just trying to justify it. I'm just saying, obviously, they want to put in that much effort because it's a very important day. It's like it's something that
Yeah, but
happens
some people,
preferably once in a lifetime
some
for
of them
some.
act like this is the most important day. Like there's not, but
It
like
could
like
be
guy
for
you
them.
said, like guy you said, they're not interested in the marriage. They're just interested in the wedding.
Yeah, they're only interested in the like. I understand. Okay, it's see. If I'm ever getting married, I want to look good. So I want certain things to be important for me, but I don't want to jeopardize like the
Career
relationship
and
that
stuff.
I'm
Yeah.
getting into.
Oh, I was
So,
career.
career, I mean, yeah, everything. Like,
No, see, for me also, I feel like I'll be a bridezilla for sure if I get married and when I get married, but I don't think it'll come in the way of my work or
yeah, I mean, or
relationships
other people's
or-
stuff.
Yeah.
But don't you think like right now, if you're having a wedding, isn't it easier to just get an events team to like organize?
I would 100% get someone to do it.
So Appuchi and Daman I mean, they don't have an events team; they have a coordinator, but still, that person is not. They had a lot of trouble with the event stuff, so Daman had to take charge. So it's also because some events teams are just not capable.
You need
'Cause
to.
a lot-
It's a lot of like trial and
Hands-on
error, and you
thing,
need to
yeah.
identify. Like, luckily, I have my childhood friend who is a events planner. So Bobby
The
Bruce,
family sorted.
you know whose wedding you have to plan. But yeah,
But it's also like from what I've heard, I have a friend who's like started at the bottom of that ladder and then built his way up.
Bottom
It's
of the events.
Bottom of the events ladder. Yeah, like he was like putting chairs and stuff initially.
yeah.
It's a very underpaid.
It's extremely
stressful.
The margin is very, very
Yeah,
like
it's very
minimal.
stressful. It's a very
Yeah.
undervalued festival.
No, even my friend, so he was with a company that does weddings. Now he started his own like a freelancer. He's doing some big weddings now, but every time I ask him, dude, like, so how's it going? It's like he's just crying constantly. He's like, the bride wanted this, dude. I'm like, okay, but it's very stressful because it's like you are trying to make someone's biggest day
And it has
But
to.
I also feel like
magical.
all,
So
all these things can happen, but at the end of the day, you also need to get the right wedding filmers because if you don't get them, because
Yeah,
That's
when did the wedding even happen?
yeah, did
That's-
the
I'm
wedding
I'm gonna
even
plug my
happen?
dad here.
that's true. But I don't like these wedding films that I see usually.
I'm not
Yeah.
saying anything.
Sorry,
I'm
Dad,
not saying
but-
anything. I mean, not your,
No,
not your dad.
not your dad. Your dad
No,
obviously.
no, no. No,
not
but
him.
I've seen some stuff, bro. Like it's.
Dude, it's just like
No,
Aryan really got shivers
Yeah,
over
because
here.
I remember Diman showing me like all of his friends. So the bar is really low. Like, so not all of his friends, but some of his friends from like
Did
here
you
and there.
shit on his friends, bro?
We were shitting on his friends together. Like not his
Now
friends.
you're
there were
dragging
people
him
that
also
he-
down.
Hey, guys, we're
people that
leaving
we knew.
tomorrow.
We are never going for any wedding after this.
No, people. No, it's not his friends.
The
but people
events
that
guy
we knew.
hate us. The wedding filmers hate us. The people who are inviting us for the wedding hates us.
And it was like a group photo of all of them, and they were all holding candles or something. And the
Why?
group and
Would
the
I
and and the wedding video was like them saying words to each other. But I can only say this as words, not sentences, because the words didn't make sense.
No, but
Oh.
the wedding video is mostly dependent on the people who are making the video.
Yeah.
It's about how comfortable they can make their guests. It's about how they can structure a story.
Yeah, yeah.
But I feel like most wedding filmers, what they do is they just shoot montages of people dancing.
Which is what I hate.
Yeah, and then it just like plug together. They put some popping song, and then that's it.
But
So-
okay, we're not talking about the wedding filmer, which is a company that does
No, not The Wedding
because
Filmer.
they're very
We're
good.
generalizing here. Today is
Yeah.
about generalizing.
Yeah.
The wedding
like-
filmer
No,
is very
so
good.
what he said, so for context, my father is a wedding photographer. So I've seen like the trend of just like having montages and people eating and the usual mundane stuff to what like the big production movies that we see now. So so from my dad's experience, he said that initially he'll go in with just shooting montages, but the wedding party, either the brides or the groom side will want stuff. So they themselves will like, we're gonna do this, you
Yeah,
film
yeah,
this.
yeah,
So
yeah.
they will end up, making not great videos. But
Yeah.
No, but it's also because it's based on the trend, right? Initially, a montage was the trend. Now, having like a bit of a conversation in it, some fun like sort of piece to the wedding film has become the trend, which is why you'll see more people like talk in their wedding videos now.
yeah, that's what it's.
So
it's
it's
a
just, yeah,
transitional thing.
it's
But I
just
still
it's
feel
a-
like it's so.
It's
Like,
also
it
based on
feel-
you, the kind of content you put out.
Yeah, but it also feels very like it doesn't feel real. Like everything
Meaning?
is so structured. The father and the mother are sitting because they also care about what society thinks.
You're
So-
talking about the photographers or you're talking about the
No, you're
wedding
talking
videos?
Yes.
about like the structure
people-
of a
The
wedding
structure of a
photography.
wedding, not
Videography-
photography,
Videography. thing.
videography.
The format of
Like
the
that
video you're
videos
talking
which
about.
come out,
Yeah.
like whether they're talking about the bride or the groom, or the bride and the groom are talking about each other, or the friends are talking about.
But that's because you need to immediately associate. Like you see an old couple, you have to immediately think mother and father. Like I'm talking about from the perspective when you're editing that video, you see an old couple initially.
No, but
No,
I'm
no,
saying
he's
that
saying
I'm saying
that
that the
what-
video would be way more engaging and real because
was
at the end of the day, it's not
organic,
a
yeah. If it was a
it's not a
vlog
Karan
type
Johar
thing.
production. It's not a movie.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a fuck about
Yeah,
your
but
wedding film
unfortunately,
except for the
that's-
bride and the
yeah.
groom and maybe the 2-3 other people who featured and maybe your parents. I'm talking about like it would be so much nicer if you don't sit the father and the mother down and have a conversation about their son. Maybe their a function is going on, or like a quiet lunch is going on at home, and then it seems like, and
A
if the
real
cameras
thing,
are there,
yeah,
it's a more natural setting.
But I feel like some people want it to look like
Yeah,
a
unfortunately,
set.
that's
Yeah,
what.
yeah,
The
yeah,
realism.
yeah.
and-
Most people's lives are not on social media like our lives are, right? For them, it's more intimate. So for them, they want it to be as OTT as possible, right?
Like
so
the
they
production
want,
value has to be there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
don't want it to be
yeah.
organic at the end of the
Like
day.
initially, when this wedding videography trend started, I used to shit on it a lot because they used to view it in my house, so we had to sit and also watch it. I used to be like, "Oh, what is this?" And I think a week later, again, a video was happening, and I was like, "Oh, why would they do this?" My dad took me to a side. It's like, "You see your computer? This paid for that. Shut the fuck up." It's like, okay, thank
That's what, in
you.
defense to like for like wedding photographers and videographers, I feel like there's two things that is difficult. One is you have gear, and you're going to a place for the first time, so you don't know how the sun is going to fall. You don't know how the lighting is. Maybe the actual place where the people are getting married, the lighting is shit. So what do you do in that situation? And you haven't been in that place before. A lot of people don't take the time to like pay their photographers or videographers to come home and shoot that extra thing.
Yeah, because it's also very expensive.
Yeah, and then another thing I've seen in weddings is the photographers will have to beg the family to like, hey, can you guys come stand here, take a photo? Because they'll be too busy having fun or doing something. The photographer will be like, please.
Oh, dude, in
Yeah,
my family,
and-
it's the exact opposite.
Opposite, right? Yeah, yeah.
The minute a camera is out, and so
Everyone is ready.
my mom's side of the family is huge, okay, like massive, and I have not gone through any wedding without there being a half an hour photo session for one picture, because the minute the camera is on and one person from the family is trying to take a picture, someone else will join. Then the third person
Yeah.
will join. Then there'll be 10 other people. How can you take a picture without us? So that process just goes on. So I can't relate to that at all.
But this is something I've
Like-
seen and happen because then the photographer wants a certain thing and then you're like,
And-
no, fuck it, do it fast, and then
you
later
can't
on,
be rude also.
yeah, and then later on, you're like, where's the photo? And you're like, you didn't give me enough time. So.
But I've seen like my dad getting yelled at.
Yeah.
Because he'll be like, sir, please one more. Because they'll need that photo, right? Because
Mm.
by the end of the day, if they ask for the photo, like you said, if he doesn't have it, he'll get into shit. So I've seen him like getting like yelled at.
But I think now I feel, I don't know, maybe this is just my perception, but I feel like people, when it comes to pictures, they want to see the fun in the pictures, not just people like standing and posing.
But that again, it depends on the party.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
It's my perception,
But
maybe.
I feel
but-
like in that way, Magic Motion has changed the game. Like they took wedding videos and made it like I could watch any of their videos and be entertained.
I feel like,
Like even if I didn't know the couple.
even before Magic Motion, there were
There were
bigger-
people?
Yeah, for sure,
Like
100%.
Magic
Maybe I
Motions,
just
yeah.
wasn't. Yeah, it was too
There are
young.
so many people.
Yeah,
performing.
yeah.
Really? I've only seen Magic Motion create that level of.
Even
No,
few
no, no.
years ago.
They're
Yeah?
just
Yeah.
copying like other people.
They're
who have
copying.
done-
So the wedding filmer that I'm talking about is the one that actually started the trend of asking questions and getting like quips.
Yeah.
Like I think they did one of these kind of movies way back in like 2001 or something. And that, if you Google that particular video, that'll still show up as like
One of the.
the one that actually changed the game when it comes to like having a documentary style of a wedding movie than just a montage style. But yeah, there are like so many companies that do this now. I don't think. I mean, Magic Motion's good, but I don't think they're
Yeah,
the
even
Maybe
pioneers.
that's because
before
maybe that's because
they-
my
yeah.
that's the only thing I've seen. Yeah.
Yeah, you were too young, I think, to watch
Yeah.
wedding
to watch
films.
wedding videos.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I didn't give a shit.
There's another one, no? Other than wedding filmer, there was another one who was.
There are a
like,
lot now.
But they were like massive.
Massive.
But the money in this is insane.
It's so
it's a lot of
yeah.
money,
But you know, honestly, I feel like we're making it sound so easy. That job is
Yeah,
like
it's not
horrible.
easy.
Like
I don't think it's that hard. How hard can it be?
It's hard.
That's what I'm saying.
No,
Going-
photography, yes. Photography, I'm assuming is really hard. But
No, but even
videography-
like
So
still
the
the thing
thing
is,
is, the problem
people-
is if they miss a moment, like they have to always be on.
Yeah, but...
No,
yeah.
see, I'm not saying it's even when you vlog, it's hard. It's not easy because you don't know when someone's going to say something.
No,
You have
no,
to perceive the
I-
mood of that person.
No, I
and
agree. But then like for example, when you're vlogging, you're one person. They usually have a team of 4
I
people.
understand.
That's it. Then one editor has to watch all 5 of those people's videos.
That no, I'm not.
No,
I'm not
but-
talking about the editing part.
No,
I'm
no,
talking
no.
about the
Even
shooting
if you
part.
have
of
a
things.
team, right? Like your style of shooting versus his style of shooting versus Gayu's style and versus my style. We're 4 different kind
No,
of
but those
styles.
guys who are hired to shoot a wedding film will all have the
Yeah,
same
but
style.
that's
They
what
won't
I'm
have
saying.
different styles.
The personality of a person will bring out more content from an audience you've never met.
That's where like somebody will prefer a wider lens and prefer to go up close. Somebody doesn't want to get in on that action, prefers shooting from far away.
And like it's also at the end of the day, you're trying to get the wedding party to talk or to do something. Now, if a random photographer or videographer comes up to me, I'm not gonna like really
Yeah, that's true.
entertain
And
that.
most like especially older people who attend the
Yeah,
wedding,
yeah,
they're
that's
always
Yeah.
shy, so they'll like
So
want to go away.
It's not easy to get people to give you moments, and
So-
you should know that more
Yeah,
than
yeah.
anyone else.
like talking about missing
No,
moments.
I'm good at getting them. So
yeah, but you also know how hard it is to get that moment and to
Yeah,
get
yeah,
everybody.
but
to-
I feel like no, but
okay,
it's
dude,
not-
your job is
Yeah,
easy.
I feel like it'll
No,
be
no,
easier
no.
for them because they're generally paid to do this.
no. So no, what I'm saying is that is the basics of it. You cannot get your basics wrong. To
No,
get the
but that's the
moment
thing.
is the most basic thing.
The issue is you can be in control of whatever you are doing, but at the end of the day, you're not in control of what the other person.
No,
will
what
do.
you're saying is right.
Yeah,
but
I'm saying it's not in your control that if I'm a guest and I don't want to give you anything, it's
Yeah,
not
but
in your control.
That's probably one person, but you will have like there's so many.
How would you shoot your wedding? Would you hire a team or would you
I
shoot
would
it?
never hire a
Would you vlog your own
So the
wedding?
groom will be missing while the wedding is
Groom's
happening.
like,
hey guys, Pepe.
No, I feel like no. I think if it was
The
my
bride is
wedding,
marrying his camera at his body.
yeah, you
So
put
I
the
would
garland
train- I
over
would-
him. He's
I
like,
Guys, I've just been
not on
married.
camera, man.
I would train like 3-4 people to
Vlog like
Train. What, a year before your wedding? It's like
yeah.
cap on, cap off, cap.
No, cap is never on. Cap is never
Which is that
on.
movie? Jackie Chan,
Karate Kid.
Karate Kid. Yeah, no, I teach people. I mean, I get like 3-4 people to like and teach them how
Those
to shoot.
people
that
are
movie.
leaving.
because I would want it to be exactly like that. I don't want like I want it to be like.
What if
fucked
the
up
bride
angles.
doesn't want that?
Well,
You
Wedding's
don't want
off.
it to be fucked up angles. The
No, I want it to
audacity.
be fucked up angles.
Oh, okay.
This is the wedding's off.
like,
right?
how
I want
dare
the
you?
I don't care about the camera angles. I don't care about the beauty of the shots. I don't care. I just want the moment.
But
so
that's
some
what-
moments are you can only take it when it's like from under your chin. So no.
I don't want to see
I guess he's not getting married. This wedding film's not going to exist.
So because we
No,
were
because
talking
also
about
no, one sec.
Yeah.
Also for me, I want to capture everything. Like there's no wedding film. Obviously, they won't have access to this. But I am in the process of somebody in my family getting married. There's a lot of drama which goes on. You know, somebody's wearing something other person doesn't like, or somebody's wearing the same thing and they're
And you get
funny.
that drama.
Yeah, that drama is
Is
pure
weddings.
television.
That is
It's-
weddings,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
too nice.
That's the.
I mean, it might
reality
separate
of
the
it.
family at the end of the day, but like it.
Oh.
Listen, if your family is separating over a piece of cloth, then there is an issue.
Yeah, but in that moment, people are so invested. They're like, I was deciding to wear this color. For example, we were in an engagement last year where the person is like, you cannot wear any other color
That's
except for these
because
3
they have a
fucking
theme
colors.
beforehand.
Yeah,
That
so?
is different.
For
How does it
reference,
matter?
those colors are orange, white, and green because we are patriotic.
The fuck?
No, but I personally don't like theme weddings, but theme weddings is like a thing. It's not just a one person thing.
No,
Would
I'm
you-
not
would
talking
you
about
rather?
colors. I'm talking about like, oh, she's wearing something way too similar to mine, but I had told her earlier that, I was going to wear something like this.
Oh, now
This
she's
happened?
copying me.
Now she's, huh?
Bitch.
This happened? In the
No, I'm just saying,
I'm
like,
not
it's
saying
a
it happened.
possibility.
It's a whole
Oh.
hypothetical situation.
what happened.
But I'm saying that drama or like,
You
there
just
are- there are-
want
there are a
keeping
lot
up with the
there-
Kardashians.
Yeah, exactly. But there are a lot of like, usually in Christian weddings, when they have sit down dinners, they have like names assigned to people. And there will be always one unhappy person who is like, I'm too far away from the action. I'm sitting with the fucking nobody on my
That's
right.
usually you.
Yeah, I'm like too far away from where,
The action is.
the
yeah.
action is. So somebody's unhappy all the time. Somebody's really happy. Somebody's smashed.
So you want to get the unhappy people, basically.
No, I want
You
to
wanna
get
get the
everything. I
holistic
want to get.
experience.
Yeah, I
He's
want to
the
get the
Karan
whole.
Johar.
Yeah,
He has to get the drama.
yeah, I want to get the whole experience of.
But you want that oomph, basically, the drama.
Yeah.
And then end it with like a happy.
Like for example,
Like, even
Diman
if
and Appu's
people-
engagement, Diman forgot the ring. Like
that is such a genuine moment.
yeah,
Yeah.
and that is
That was
is
great.
like his entire life led up to that one moment. That's not the first thing he forgot, but on that important day also he forgot something. So that
It's
it
very
defines a
Diman.
person.
Yeah,
it defines a person, and that you need to capture.
So you'll
So
be
for no,
you'll
his
only
wedding
be
will
not
be 1
present.
hour,
Yeah,
1 hour
because he'll be late.
You motherfucker!
It's only true.
I didn't even understand what they were going for.
It defines you. Your wedding film won't have you only.
and it'll be shit. I forgot the ring.
Guys,
Balu,
sorry, I
can you go
forgot my
get it?
mundu.
It's in the car.
Papa, can you put my mundu for me, Papa? Which happened.
Yeah, it happened.
Nice. But yeah, I mean, I love attending weddings, but I just don't like it when there's so much pressure on you, like, to perform. That's my biggest issue.
Yeah, I just don't.
I feel, yeah, sorry,
Just
go ahead.
just the talent show part. I'm just like.
Like, I don't mind even practicing the dance and stuff, but if you have an expectation that it has to be perfect,
Yeah.
then there's
Like
an issue.
the wedding we're going for, there's no expectation. We have
Or
like
we don't know.
I mean, we don't know yet. I'm just saying there is no expectation.
No, like in my family weddings, maybe because our family just doesn't give a shit generally, that we literally learn the dance 5 minutes before the actual dance. And we're just vibing on stage at the end of it, which is what I like and I've grown up to. So for me, when like we had like 2 weeks of practice every single day for 4 hours, I lost like 5 kgs in the process.
We had 2 wedding dances, by the way. And
But the-
engagement dances.
One was fine.
One
I
was
guess.
like fun. There was
Yeah,
no
because
pressure.
I choreographed it on the spot.
So with Diman and Appuchi's approach to this wedding, I really appreciate it because it's more like working with what they have. Because I feel like, okay, you have this idea of what a perfect wedding is. And your idea of what a perfect wedding is based on movies you've seen, Pinterest boards, etc., etc., etc. Say you, like, it's not going to happen, but say you get that perfect wedding. It'll be just that, a perfect wedding. And I feel like perfection has no personality. But the way Diman and Appuchi are going about it is there's so much personality. It's not just about getting this exact thing that they wanted. It's also
like,
about
okay, we'll do this. If it happens, it happens.
it happens, and if not, we'll figure another way out.
Yeah, they improvise basically.
They improvise a lot, and so that gives the wedding so much personality. Like this wedding can never be replicated by anybody else. Like Maria's wedding was also.
It's set a standard for me. That's how I want my wedding to be. My friend Maria, she got married under a tree.
Like that was the location. It was under a tree across over
Under
a
a
cliff.
tree on like a
Cliff
T
Kunur,
T estate, what is it? Yeah, T estate, right?
Tea gardens,
And it was like the spot where she used to like chill with her friends after school. And she's just like, you know what? We'll just like get married there. And there is no like talikettu, nothing. They just like exchange vows. And
So I think it's a very personal thing.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
And the bride and the groom like got dressed together and we were all like helping. It was like
Yeah. Like I would love to attend a wedding like that, but would I want my own wedding to be like that? No. But that's a very
That's
personal
what it's
thing.
a it's
Yeah.
a it, that's
But
what.
I don't agree with what you're saying also. Like I understand what you mean by if it's perfect, there's no personality. Like I understand where you're coming from, but I don't agree. Like for me, because I'm so anal about things sometimes that if I have a vision, I just want it to be that vision.
But I don't think like in any endeavor in the world that if you have a vision that it'll come out that way.
I don't think that's true.
I think. What do you guys think?
I just think that it's all personal. Like
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
even if but I agree with Aryan in the sense that
No, okay.
the
For
most
example,
perfect wedding,
you're having a wedding. Everything is like perfect, but then it rains. That's just one
No, so you always plan for okay if-
contingency. Yeah.
you always
Yeah,
have
yeah.
a contingency plan. That's a part of you even being being a perfectionist, right? Because you'll know that okay, if you're a perfectionist, you'll plan for 2 things because you know one can go.
Like backup.
yeah,
basically.
you always
Fair.
have a plan B.
And it's
But,
not like
But-
okay.
and
my
also
idea of perfection was like
personality-
it has to be exactly this. There's no contingency plan.
No, I
That's
mean,
what-
you
that's what-
always need a contingency.
So that's what
But
that
your
that's what
contingency
that-
will also be a perfection.
That's
like,
what that engagement felt
based.
like, which
Yeah,
we're talking
but
about. That's
also-
what that engagement felt
yeah,
like.
but
like
also,
perfection.
but like even with getting an events team, I feel like the real process of getting married is figuring out everything. So in that sense, I feel like Appu and them are doing a good job because even if they have a coordinator or something, they're learning things on the spot and they're figuring out. So I feel like they're really in the process of
Yeah, I mean, see again,
making that wedding happen.
it's a personal
thing,
choice.
but yeah.
If like Appu and the man can put in that much time also, right? Like a lot of people have like fixed jobs wherein like they have to go to office like 9 to whatever time. They won't have the time to like sit and organize other stuff, right? Appu and the man are fortunate to be able to do that maybe. But a lot of people don't have that kind of time. So that's why it's easier to delegate it to a team. But that being said, it's not like you don't sit with the team and then have the entire process, like about the tasting, the decor, the hampers, or whatever. You still need to sit and discuss. You just can't do the work yourself. That's the only difference. But it's like, I would love doing the work myself. Like what Appu and the man are doing. I would love to do that myself. But if it gets too out of hand, then obviously I would look at delegating it also.
So I've never had like a idea of like having a proper party for a wedding. Not saying that that is wrong. It's just personally,
Yeah.
I like a simple like one party thing. Everybody having fun.
Hmm.
If you want to dance, you dance. If you want to like, you can drink whatever you want. And I'm just only particular about what I'm going to wear.
Yeah,
That's it.
as it
Like,
should be. Yeah.
other than that, I'm not. I never had like a
You want like a big wedding? Would you want like a?
Yeah, of course.
He wants content.
yeah, content is the
I feel
His wedding's going to be a month long.
I feel like he just have Insta 360s placed everywhere, like across like
Drones,
5
like
minutes.
5
Drones.
drones.
He's the kind of wedding, you know that trend where they're like, keep disposable cameras at your wedding so your guests can
That's
take.
my idea.
No, they cannot. Nobody has no phones allowed.
What the fuck?
No, because he wants to put out the content before everyone else puts out.
Yeah, I want
No.
to put it
Oh.
out. I want to make shit.
No, I don't mean with you.
What the fuck?
Like 5 people can have phones. The rest, no guests have phones. But
Because they have
camera,
to be present and give you bits.
yeah.
Can't leak.
And also, like, so suppose I'm getting married on July 10th. From June 10th or whenever people start preparing for a wedding, like, I don't know, when you guys have to sort out your clothes and stuff. From that time onwards, people will be following you with cameras.
Oh, God.
God.
Inside the
So you have
dressing room
dance
also. What the fuck?
So you have dance practice there with you. You're going to...
We're dancing again.
You're going to... no, if you are having... I don't know. If you're going to a designer store to buy some things or whatever for for the wedding, people are there with you.
Basically, your
We were
vlogs.
sitting in McDonald's and talking about fuck this guy.
I don't think you should get married.
But
Yeah,
but
basically
I
your
feel
vlog, but on steroids.
No,
But I
it's
feel like-
basically Big Boss, but wedding edition.
But I feel like all weddings are content mines today. So
Yeah,
it's just
I
how
absolutely
far
agree.
you're willing to take it.
I absolutely
Like
agree.
Quick Style became famous because of a wedding, technically of
No,
one of.
I agree. Like,
Yeah.
I would.
Like, I feel like
I
there'll be
don't
a lot
even
of people
mind
who-
doing the
We're not
dance
saying
if I get a
it being
content thing out
content
of
is
it.
bad at
I
all.
feel
No,
like
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just
I
saying.
feel like a
like-
lot of guys and girls won't get married if people are like, you can never upload a single photo or video online.
Meaning? I don't understand.
Like if
Like,
you
they
if
God
you
wouldn't
tell
knows
look
someone you
forward
can't
to-
upload, there's no photography or videography at your wedding,
Like,
they wouldn't get married.
Like they wouldn't look
I
forward
feel like a
to
lot
it.
of people
types.
wouldn't get married. Like, because who gives a fuck about what you're wearing on that day? Then nobody's seen it.
But I
Then
feel
why
like
have you-
generally, who gives a fuck?
Generally, no one gives a fuck, but they don't know that.
Guys, speaking about wedding, Victoria Beckham and David Beckham are married.
Segue.
Insane segue.
Wow.
So as of the release of this episode, last week we went for
Aren't you ungrateful person?
the day we
You don't
recorded the podcast.
A part of me died yesterday.
Yeah,
A
anybody wants to
huge
give
part of me died.
Sharan, you give context. I don't want to hear that name from Aryan's mouth.
Yeah.
So, guys,
Kebab.
2 weeks back when I had just landed in Delhi, and I got a call from Anderson at Meta. He's the greatest human being alive. I love him. I want to kiss him every day. He called me and he said, "Hey man, Meta has an event happening, and there's a really high-profile guest. Do you want to come?" So in my head, so he kept saying high-profile guest. So I'm thinking, how high-profile can it be? And in my head,
Did you think Shark?
no, I know. For me, Shah Rukh Khan's above high profile.
Yeah.
So he was not included in the list. For me, the
Ranveer
ceiling
Singh.
of high profile was Ranveer Singh. So I was like, it has to be Ranveer Singh. And I'm walking in the airport. Mama's right next to me, and then he.
Oh,
then-
this was when you landed.
And he had 4 calls from him, and I'm like, what happened? Like, so he's like, I need to get the guest list sorted immediately. So I finally, like, because he kept saying high profile guest, so I sheepishly asked him, like, so who is the guest? He's like, yeah, it's David Beckham. He's going to be here. And I'm like, what did you just say, bro? You can't just casually
Drop that.
David Beckham. There is no fucking way I'm going to meet David Beckham. So he's like, yeah, you are, if you accept this offer. I'm like, why the fuck would I? It's not an offer. This is a command. I am coming. And then he said, Sharan, I know you shoot videos with your friends and family. I only have one request for you. No friends and family.
Anderson, I won't be kissing you on the mouth, unlike Sharan.
So he said that, and I'm like, okay, fine. I accept defeat because I didn't even ask him anything. Then I was so excited, but he said you cannot tell anyone. So I didn't tell anyone except for Shamali.
I hate you.
Yeah, I told Shamali and I was so excited. And from that day onwards, anything bad happened in my life or like I was unhappy, I'd be like, oh, fuck, life sucks. And then I'm like, fuck, I'm meeting David Beckham in a week. Who gives a fuck? Like, it was such a mood uplifter. And then I tried a lot to get Aryan in. So I spoke to OML. OML said no guests allowed. So couldn't get Aryan in. Then I spoke to Ankit, who's also at Meta. And then Ankit and Anderson had a conversation with each other. And then finally Ankit is like, dude, you just call Anderson. He'll tell you what to do if there's any possibility. So I called Anderson, and Anderson, he picked up and he's like, dude, I told you nobody's allowed because, you know, everybody's a fan. Somebody's wife's husband is, some girl's husband is a huge David Beckham fan. Some people want camera guys to be there at the event to shoot their content. It's very high profile, so we just don't have space for any plus ones. But you can bring your brother. We'll get him in. And I'm like, what?
He gave you all that.
Yeah. So I said, you sure? He's like, yeah, bro, just bring him. It'll be great. And so I just cannot thank Anderson and Ankit enough. Like, I don't think any amount of thank yous would do justice to what you did for 10-year-old Sharan, because David Beckham was my hero. Like, he's the reason I started watching football. Like, and more than his hairstyles and his fashion and everything, I was just interested in the way he used to take free kicks and like his football. So, like, David Beckham was one of the few people in my life I just wanted to meet, and that happened. And then I got to take Arjun along with me. And by the way, I didn't know that he is going to Bombay.
I know. That doesn't matter.
So we supposed to meet David Beckham. I was going to say David, but we're supposed to say David Beckham at 9 o'clock in the morning in Bombay. At 2 o'clock in the morning, I went to Aryan and I said, hey man, do you want to go for a burger? He said yes. Then we drove straight to the airport.
And I was like, what the fuck? This is not burger.
Yeah,
place.
so at 3,
not
Aryan
burger.
texted me
This
saying,
is
Shachat and I are going to get burger. I said, okay, but why are you telling me?
Yeah, because it was like 2 in the morning. I
Oh,
was like,
these guys didn't know y'all were not even in Cochin.
Yeah.
So I'm just casually telling people, yeah,
So,
they're in Bombay for
Aryan's
some
like-
work.
You told them we're in Bombay?
Yeah, I didn't tell them what you were doing in Bombay.
No, I only knew when I was with her at the nail.
so how I told guy is, hey.
No, he's like, Shachata said keep the whole day like free. Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I assumed, so Sharan has this, I'm sure you guys have seen, like where they handcuff each other and spend the whole day. So I thought he's doing something new with that. So I was like, okay. I didn't know you guys left the
I
state.
thought he's gonna bully me. He's gonna make me fight people.
Yeah,
on.
so I told him you're my little bitch for the whole day. So he said, okay. We landed in Bombay. He still doesn't know what's going on. Then on the way to the Meta office, I gave him a United jersey, and then I removed my hoodie and I was wearing an Inter Miami jersey. And then he slowly started connecting the dots. And then when we went up, we
And
saw.
I made Dave, and I smelled his seat right after he left, and the warmth was still there, and the smell. Oh my
and he's just such a-
god!
Like when you meet a lot of celebrities, you feel an aura where it's not a very welcoming aura.
Yeah,
But with him, you
With Dave-
almost felt like you were meeting a buddy.
Who was
like
not
like
welcoming?
he like
I'm not saying that.
it's just the way he twists his hand when he opens the door, the way he holds the mic with 4 fingers in the front and
Aryan,
one
enough.
thumb in the back.
Aryan, if you don't stop talking, I know it's a podcast, you have to talk, but
Differing
fucking stop.
gravy. Differing gravy.
So just to give you context, similar story with like what Sharan said about David Beckham, but like when I also discovered David Beckham, obviously initially I was like, oh, hot guy, but then that's how I started loving football and learned about football and fashion and ads and sponsorships and shit like that. So like he was a huge, like maybe the first influence I had with fashion and sports and everything, even though I can't play sports. Like my biggest sadness is that I can't play football because I don't have the kind of reflex. And cut 2 years later when the documentary came out. So Aryan and I, this is common with us. I know I have annoyed you with this, where if you're watching something, I'll pause and I'll talk about it and I'll ask questions. So like it's common with us. We do this when we're watching anything. With the documentary, every 1 minute I'll pause and I'll tell him what happened and this is why sambas are important and all that. Cut to what? A month later, this bastard is with David Beckham. He didn't even know
I
his
video called her. I was
middle
like,
name.
hey, there's somebody here to see you. And then I pointed the camera at him. And she was just like,
that would have been insane,
And
no?
first of all, in my life, I've never ever felt like bitterness or jealousy when it comes to these two. If anything, I'm like beaming with pride. Anything that happens to them. Yesterday, I was so pissed off at Aryan. I didn't even say hi. I didn't even say good night, bye, nothing. I just like I'm in a bad mood. I need to go.
well, that's what happens when you meet Dave. It's
I'm
not
still
every day.
so bitter.
That's because he's calling him Dave. Hello.
That is just
First
to
of all,
instigate.
Dave is not even his nickname. Is it a nickname?
Bex.
Isn't it
Bex.
Bex.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
And then
Yeah, but shut
we're
up.
just different.
and then he noticed me in the crowd because I was wearing an Inter Miami jersey and nobody else was wearing.
That still gives me goosebumps. Like
Yeah.
that thing.
Yeah. And then when we went up to him to take photos, because like I said, right, like you're meeting your hero, but like he was so warm when he was talking and like every
He has
time
that like he's always calm when he's
Yeah.
speaking.
Even his team was so sweet.
Yeah, and when he was talking about his family, he was like, I'm getting emotional and stuff. So you relate to him so much. And then I said, do I get extra love because I'm wearing your team's jersey? And he's like, absolutely, always.
And he spoke about the Netflix show. He spoke about the dance that he was like, haha, everybody liked it apparently. I don't know about that. He's so cute about it.
I can't look at you right now.
And then he also said, so you know that scene which went viral where Victoria is like
Ah, the Rolls Royce.
yeah. So she's like, you know how that happened was, so when Beckham was shooting, Victoria wasn't there. So they had different schedules. So they also didn't know what they were saying about each other. But he knew that there was going to be a point of time when she's going to talk about about her childhood. And he was in the next room changing. So he's like, this is my one opportunity to shine. So that's why he entered. That was not planned. Like he was like,
Yeah.
they didn't want me there.
But you can see that she got
Yeah,
ambushed.
yeah,
She's
yeah.
like,
What a fucked up thing. I love you, Dave.
Yeah, I would have killed him.
I love you, Dave.
but worse things have happened to her. Like she had to like
Yeah,
endure.
yeah,
So I think this is like okay,
I
bye.
think
If you had the opportunity to vlog the entire day with Shah Rukh Khan, say 2 days, okay?
Why
But
is that face?
but those 2 days are the same day as Appu's wedding.
I mean, I already know the answer. It's not even hard for him. He just can't say it legally.
So guys, thank you for watching this episode.
No, I genuinely want to know.
No, thank you for watching this episode. Please watch this, like, share, and subscribe, and also watch the Shah Rukh Khan vlog on my channel.
Shah Rukh Khan, Beckham.
Beckham. You said Shah Rukh Khan.
Shah Rukh Khan vlog means what?
You
Oh,
said I get
you're
to vlog-
hypothetically. Oh,
You said I get to vlog 2 days.
It's not real.
oh, he's
It is a
playing
joke.
into it.
Oh.
Guys, today's not a good day for us.
How did you not get the joke?
Because I thought you were promoting your Beckham vlog, which is coming out.
It was such a good joke.
It really wasn't.
It was a great joke.
Guys,
In whose opinion?
we have to go.
But it wasn't that a great joke, by the way. Yeah, that was a
Balu
great
was not even listening.
joke. What do you
Guys,
mean he's not
rate the
listening,
joke.
Steven?
Under the comments.
Okay, guys, thank you for watching. See you. Bye.